Okay, so that's a big diplomatic initiative you're part of.
That's right.
TikTok took itself offline at midnight because of this national security law that you signed on to as a congressman, which recognizes that TikTok, owned by a Chinese firm, ByteDance, is a national security threat. But on this notice, it says Donald Trump has promised to work with them. If Mr. Trump issues an executive order that bypasses a national security law, isn't this a risk? I mean, how are you going to prevent China from doing what you say they're doing already, which is siphoning up and spying on Americans?
Well, look, I would even point to the author of the law, former Representative Mike Gallagher, who has put out, his goal was never to eliminate TikTok. It was to allow Americans to use it, but then to make it safe from Chinese Communist Party interference.
It was to have an American owner.
Well, right. So what we need between now and Monday is to buy the president some time to evaluate those deals. And if it goes dark, that's going to be obviously extremely problematic. So both can be true. We can have an app that Americans can enjoy, but at the same time that protects their data and protects them from outside influence and undue influence. And that's the time and space that the president is seeking. And as a deal maker, I think we all should be confident that he can craft that kind of a deal.
Have TikTok and ByteDance told you that they're actually interested in selling?
Well, the president spoke with President Xi. Again, very top-down authoritarian system that
you think he's the ultimate decider.
And they agreed to work together on this.
So President Xi is acknowledging that he has control of ByteDance and TikTok and can force this
not
through?
Explicitly, but I'll tell you, every company in China has, in some way or some form, has to report to or has a member of the Chinese Communist Party on its board.
And must share information at the request of the Chinese Communist Party.
Well, that was the concern of a lot.
And
right?
Tom Cotton is saying that just now, the Republican running the
And again,
Committee.
the author of the law is saying both can be true. We can have an app that protects Americans. And I could tell you, I wouldn't want the FBI or the U.S. government monitoring every keystroke or seeing every password, nor would we want the Chinese Communist Party. But we also want an app that 170 million Americans clearly really enjoy, and that we were able to get our message out during the Trump campaign in a very powerful way.
So you believe that an American owner will emerge and a deal will be done?
I don't want to get ahead of President Trump on the deal, but he is definitely wanting to have the time right now, which would mean an extension, to evaluate the deals that are on the table.
Okay. The Republican head of the Intelligence Committee says the law wouldn't allow for that because you need to show that there was
actually the law progress. Says if there's a viable deal on the table.
Exactly.
Right. I know
You're
of
saying
at
there
least,
is a viable deal?
I know of at least one from Kevin O'Leary that's been delivered to ByteDance. The point is, what is a viable deal?
Exactly.
The president needs the time with the Department of Justice to evaluate what viable means. We can't do that if the thing is completely dark.
And you'll be on the job starting at noon Monday.
Honor of my life. Thanks so much.
Mike Walsh.